First and foremost, Assalamualaikum. Selamat pagi. Thank you for taking the time to attend this program on a Saturday morning. My name is Diyana Junaidi from the Digital Economy Department of the Malaysian Institute of Accountants. So a little bit of background about the department. Our role in this Digital Economy Department is actually to provide awareness of digital technology trends and assessment on how they affect MIA members, lead initiative, and also relevant training and certification for members to enhance their capabilities, promote digital technology adoption, and explore collaboration with relevant stakeholders, champion and facilitate members' access to funding for relevant digital technology adoption, as well as develop and advocate for good governance in digital technology usage and adoption. So welcome to today's session on accounting in the age of digital transformation. So this is actually an exciting and also rapidly evolving era where technology is reshaping the profession from automating routine tasks to enabling advanced data analysis and also improving decision making. So in this session, we will explore the principles to guide the profession to be ready and also to respond appropriately to digital technology, the technology adoption landscape for the accountancy profession in Malaysia, key trends, skill accountant need to thrive in this digitally driven world, and also the emerging technologies for accounting program. So at any point of time, if you have any question, feel free to use the Q&A function in this platform. And inshallah, if time permits, we will get into the Q&A session later. All right. So let's go into our first topic, which is on the MIA Digital Technology Blueprint. So MIA has been advocating on digitalization of the profession way back in 2015, perhaps much earlier. So however, in 2017, MIA decided that a structured approach should be taken as the accountancy profession in Malaysia needs to respond appropriately and prepare for the fourth industrial revolution. So the Malaysian accountancy profession must move in tandem with the global call by the International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, which is the global leader of the accountancy profession, for the profession to respond appropriately to technology. So in 2018, what happened was MIA launched the MIA Digital Technology Blueprint, which aims to guide accountants in developing the action plans that are appropriate for the environment, irrespective of their roles and also the types of organizations that they are in. So based on the analysis of the impact of technology on the accounting profession, the blueprint sets out where MIA aspires its member in 5 years' time. So we can see here for commerce and industry, we aspire them to transition to a more strategic role as business advisor and also encourage adoption of digital technology in the finance function. For public practice, we hope that they retain, reimagine, and innovate practices and services, while for public sector, we hope that they leverage on digital technology to achieve an efficient and also effective public financial management. As for academia, we hope that they are equipped with accounting talent pipeline with the necessary skills and also the knowledge to understand and leverage on the global digital economy ecosystem. So in this blueprint as well, we outline 5 principles that guide the accountancy profession in Malaysia to respond appropriately to digital technology. So the accountancy profession should then identify the action plans based on these principles. So the principles that MIA members need to think about are: the first one, assess digital technology trends, which is you need to be aware of digital technology trends and assess how they affect their role. Principle 2, which is on identify capabilities. Identify capabilities by build differentiated skills and also innovate in responding to the change. Principle number 3 is on harnessing digital technology. Put a plan in place to start adopting and start using these technologies. And principle number 4, which talks about the funding, you would need to determine funding needs and identify funding options. And principle 5, complying with good governance practices, including IT governance, as well as the relevant laws, rules, and regulations. So, as a statutory body, MIA will play a central role in supporting the ecosystem in the implementation of these principles, where we provide awareness of digital technology trends and assessment, provide training and relevant certification, promote digital technology adoption, explore collaboration with relevant stakeholders, engage with policymakers on incentive and also grants, as well as developing and advocating for good governance in digital technology usage, as well as adoption. So following the issuance of this blueprint, MIA actually developed and implemented 3-year operational plan from 2019 to 2022, which includes technology trainings, conferences, digital tools, digital contents, special pricing or arrangement with the software vendors, and many others. And also following the completion of that 3-year operational plan, we then formulated a 2-year operational plans where the recent operational plan was developed for 2025 and 2026. So this is still an ongoing initiative for MIA. Now, let's look at the landscape of technology adoption within the accountancy profession in Malaysia. So in 2017, 2019 and 2022, MIA actually conducted a survey on technology adoption by the accounting profession in Malaysia to gauge the level of technology adoption. So the findings of this survey were analyzed in the areas such as existing application of technology, importance and awareness of technology, impact of technology, the drivers and barriers of technology adoption, as well as the effect of pandemic COVID-19 on technology adoption during the 2022 survey. So the findings of the 2017 survey have contributed significantly to the development of the MIA Digital Technology Blueprint shared earlier, which was shared earlier just now. So building on this, the surveys conducted in 2019 and 2022 have played a crucial role in the implementation of the blueprint's operational plans. For your information, following the last survey in 2022, it is actually now timely for us to assess the current landscape of technology adoption within Malaysia's accountancy profession. So we are currently conducting the 2024 survey to our members, which we hope will offer valuable insights to assist MIA in identifying and also developing new initiatives aimed at advancing the profession. Now, let's take a look at some of the findings from the surveys that we have conducted. So the first one, when asking what technology trends are affecting the profession, respondents have ranked these technologies, online services, mobile, cybersecurity, automation, and big data and analytics as having higher impact on the profession. The number of respondents who cited that these technologies are affecting the profession has also increased in 2022 in comparison to 2017 and 2019. Some of these trends, such as big data and analytics, as well as cybersecurity, are also being ranked high in other technology surveys, such as the CPA Australia Business Technology Report 2023. Going into the question technologies used or have deployed in the last 3 years, so respondents indicated that the top 3 that is currently being used is Microsoft applications, nearly 100% report of usage, accounting software, and cloud applications. So this is from the survey 2017 and 2019. We asked the same question in 2022, and there was a slight change in the top 3 technologies used, which are Microsoft applications, accounting software, and fintech, finance energy. So other frequently used technologies according to rank, apart from the top 3 applications, is cloud applications, practice management, tax software, audit software, secretary software, and artificial intelligence. AI the artificial intelligence only ranked 9 in terms of technology frequently or occasionally used. However, the percentage for AI actually increased from the 2017 and 2019 surveys. So increasing the usage of AI corresponds with the result from the technologies to be adopted from the 2017 and 2019 survey. Now, when it comes to an organization's current strategic posture towards technology, most of the respondents indicated that they would invest more in technology to make it a competitive advantage. This is followed by survival and sustainability, modernizing core technology capabilities, and refocusing the entire business around digital technologies. So the findings indicated that respondents have initiated their pathway in digital transformation in order to stay relevant in the industry. So looking at the barriers of technology adoption, there was a change in the perception of barriers to technology adoption over the years. So lack of talent to utilize technology effectively was ranked as the top barrier compared to 2019 and 2017. This is followed by the lack of understanding the benefits of technology adoption and lack of funding. Although lack of funding appears for the first time in 2022, it was only ranked third by the respondents, which indicate that in order to move forward, they need to invest in technology. So as lack of talent to utilize technology effectively has been in the top 3 barriers of technology adoption since the 2017 survey, the Institute carried out a study on technology adoption within the accounting courses and programs by the universities in Malaysia in 2019. So a report documenting the study and its finding was issued in 2021, where it put forward 6 recommendations that have been incorporated in the revised curriculum of accounting degree program, which is the Hala 74. So we will look further into the report later. Now, when looking at the stages of technology adoption, 93% of respondents rank technology as either very important or important for the accountancy profession. So you can see that more than half of them have started, they are at various stages of technology adoption, and only 3% have yet to start or embark on the digital adoption journey. So looking at these trends, it is clear that technology is no longer optional, but it is actually a critical enabler for the profession to stay relevant, competitive, and also resilient in an increasingly digital world. As mentioned earlier, the 2022 survey, in the 2022 survey, we did ask questions to find out on the effect of pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, on technology adoption. So the top 5 technologies that have been adopted at that point of time are video conferencing and group collaboration tools, which makes sense since we are on a lockdown back then. So hence the only way to communicate were via virtual sessions. The second one being Microsoft applications, the third cloud applications, fourth accounting software, and the fifth one is data analytics. Now, if you can see on the right side, 80% of the respondents indicated that COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated their technology adoption. So this is actually aligned with the findings from a McKinsey global survey that illustrated globally technology adoption has been accelerated by several years due to the pandemic. So in response to the pandemic, looking at what is the responses to the pandemic, respondents indicated that the top 3 responses are increase in remote working and or collaboration, increasing use of advanced technologies in operation, and changing customer needs and expectations. So this is consistent with the findings where more than 80% of respondents indicated that the pandemic has accelerated their technology adoption. All right. So based on the findings that were analyzed in the surveys, the state of technology adoption by the accountancy profession in Malaysia proved that the profession has evolved in tandem with the changing nature of business and economy, as well as the way of working. So the evolution will continue and should move faster as the digital world is moving forward rapidly for the accounting profession to remain relevant. So as a way forward, the accounting professionals should continue learning various technology developments, understand the impact of technology on business and organizations, understand the impact of technology on the roles and functions of accountants, understand the risks and opportunities of adopting technologies, and many more as shown in the slide. And from our side, as the regulator and developer of the accountancy profession in Malaysia, the Institute will continue to advocate digitalization of the accounting profession, as well as support the profession on its digitalization, which includes recognizing technology adoption efforts by the accountancy profession, capacity building efforts to ensure that accounting profession remains relevant, and sharing of success stories on digital adoption by accountants with relevant stakeholders, as well as supporting technology adoption by professional accountants, where we provide tools, guidance, and others to the members. All right. So now let us look at the digital economy trends. So based on this Future of Jobs Report 2023 by the World Economic Forum, it is said that technology adoption will remain a key driver of business transformation in the next 5 years. So over 85% of organizations surveyed for this report identified increased adoption of new and frontier technologies and broadening digital access as the trends most likely to drive transformation in their organization. Second highlight from this report is that within technology adoption, big data, cloud computing, and AI feature highly on the likelihood of adoption, where more than 75% of companies are looking to adopt these technologies in the next 5 years. Last but not least, employers estimate that 44% of workers' skill will be disrupted in the next 5 years, where technology literacy is found as the third fastest growing core skill. However, beyond the top-ranked cognitive skills are two skills which companies prioritize much more highly than they would appear according to their current importance to their workforce, which is on AI and big data, as well as on leadership and social influence. In the Chief Economist Outlook from the World Economic Forum, 50% of them are expecting recent developments in Gen AI, generative AI, which is a subset of the AI, to be commercially disruptive in 2024. The areas where it will bring an impact are on increase in efficiency of output production, acceleration of innovation, increase in standards of living, and so on. On the other side, we did some desk research and also found out the global technology trends to look up for 2024 are those that are listed here, which is the first one being artificial intelligence, the next being generative AI, spatial computing, sustainable technology, cyber resilience, platform engineering, AI trust, risk and security management, as well as quantum computing. Now, of course, with technology, there are and will be risks involved. So, citing the Global Risk Perception Survey from the World Economic Forum, there are two risks that relates to technology and will rank the most serious immediate risk. So, the first one is on cyber attacks, and next is on AI-generated misinformation and disinformation, such as scams involving deepfakes logistics, and others. So there is also one interesting session by the World Economic Forum where it states that cybersecurity leaders fear AI hands advantages to attackers. 56%, almost more than half of the leaders believe Gen AI hands advantage to attackers. 52% of public organizations citing skills and resource gaps as a barrier to cybersecurity. All right. Now, looking at the market outlook and key trends for accounting itself, based on this ACCA Global Talent Trends 24, it shows that there are real excitement on AI across the profession, but employees need the support to capitalize on its potential. So sentiments are spanning from sheer excitement from employers to anxiety from employees as AI technologies drive productivity benefits and technology change continues relentlessly. So the pace of change is demanding a clear focus on equipping employees with the right technology skills and a need to provide reassurance on job security as their roles in the profession changes. So majority prefers their employer to provide more training on technology. So another survey which were conducted by CPA Australia Business Technology Report 2023 from 15th of May to 6th July 2023 involved a total of 697 responses from accounting and finance professionals working in different jurisdictions, including Australia, China, Hong Kong, as well as Malaysia. So some of the key findings from this survey were that most respondents, they expect AI, including Gen AI, will have an impact on their job in the next 12 months. And also a notably higher percentage of respondents from larger companies expect their business to take various actions to improve technology adoption in the next 12 months compared than those from the smaller companies. Yeah. So this is actually a summary of the market outlook, risks, and opportunities. So in terms of the outlook, we can see that technology, it will still continue to touch every aspect of our personal as well as professional life. So while the progress and potential represented by technology is tremendous, it also requires us to deal with significant disruption and change. Another outlook is that AI continues to change businesses, and Gen AI is expecting to become disruptive by the end of 2024. And talking about the risks, so the disruptive technological change is driving new business models, work environments, and digital service offerings, and technology risks and rewards will be at the heart of every business, irrespective of the size, requiring new mindsets, new skills, and management approaches. But talking about the opportunities which we extracted from the IFAC Strategic Plan 2024, so the accountancy profession can leverage technology and continue delivering innovative and trusted advice and good judgment to increase the value of the profession brings to stakeholders and make working in the profession more attractive. So the profession can also deliver greater value through real-time reporting of performance data by companies, including both traditional financial and non-financial data. The third one being professional accountants can acquire and improve their competencies in risk management, scenario planning, AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, and data analytics to contribute across all aspects of organizational decision-making, from strategy formulation to defining new business models and service offerings, including future areas of assurance. All right. So that is on the digital economy trends. Now we will go into the study on emerging technology adoption within the accounting programs by higher learning institutions in Malaysia. So as mentioned earlier, the findings from the survey indicated that lack of talent to utilize that technology effectively has been in the top 3 barriers of technology adoption since 2017. Hence, MIA carried out this study on emerging technology adoption within the accounting courses and programs by higher learning institutions in Malaysia. So the main bulk of the study happened during the COVID period, and a report documenting the study and its finding was issued in 2021. So the study actually explores 6 areas, which is the first one, the future skill set of accounting graduates in Malaysia. The next is emerging technologies for accounting programs. So these two will be covered in detail later. So the next area that the study explores are on incorporation of emerging technologies into the syllabus of accounting programs. So this refers to core, elective, or embedded into the subjects, and also the teaching and learning of emerging technologies in accounting programs, the mode and or types of training on emerging technologies for accounting lecturers, as well as implementation strategies which require collaborative effort from various stakeholders. All right, so basically the report provides insight on the 6 areas mentioned earlier based on research, various discussion by the working group, survey, and also roundtable discussion. So it can be used by relevant stakeholders to understand the technology adoption within the accounting programs by the Institute of Higher Learning in Malaysia, as well as the issues, challenges, and possible actions for consideration. The report can actually assist various stakeholders in initiating discussions and also exploring collaboration. It also serves as the point of reference for those higher learning institutions in relation to incorporating technology topics within the accounting programs itself. So this report is available at our MIA website if you would like to read more. Yeah. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I would like to deep dive into 2 areas, which is the future skill set of the accounting graduates, as well as the 5 emerging technologies. All right. So the blueprint mentioned earlier in my presentation sets out MIA's aspirations, MIA's hopes of its members, which includes members in academia, where it is critical for them to equip the accounting talent pipeline with the necessary skills and also knowledge to understand and leverage on the global digital economy ecosystem. So in order to fulfill this aspiration and ensure that future graduates are well versed in digital technology, it is actually critical for MIA to determine the future skill set of accounting graduates and understand the current adoption of emerging technologies in the higher learning institutes in Malaysia. So the MIA Education Board issued this MIA Competency Framework, which is a set of principles that defines the baseline competencies and skill sets required to become accountancy professionals who are able to demonstrate their proficiency, at different levels, namely the foundation, intermediate, and advanced level as defined by the framework issued by the International Accounting Education Standards Board. So these are principle-based in nature, focusing on the proficiency requirements of the accountancy professionals across all spectrum of the profession, covering those in public practice, public sector, commerce and industry, as well as academia. So the MIA competency framework has been benchmarked against the 2019 International Education Standards issued by the IAESB, I mentioned earlier, which have included the revision enhancing the information and communication technologies. So the revision were to enhance ICT and professional skepticism, learning outcomes, and it was stemmed from the acknowledgement that increased awareness about new and emerging technologies must be partnered with a range of other skills such as interpretive, analytical, ethical change management, and as well as data handling skills. So as you can see here, this is the first level, which is the foundation level of proficiency. We relate to work environments that are characterized by low levels of ambiguity, complexity, and uncertainty. So the next level, being the intermediate, relates to work environments that are characterized by moderate levels of ambiguity, complexity, and uncertainty. So in this intermediate level, the area that is focused on are independently applying, comparing, and analyzing underlying principles and theories from relevant areas of technical competence to complete work assignments and make decisions, combining technical competence and also professional skills to complete work assignments, applying professional values, ethics, and attitudes to work assignments, and presenting information and explaining ideas in a clear manner using oral and written communications to accounting and non-accounting stakeholders. The third level, which is the advanced level, talks about work environment that are characterized by high levels of ambiguity, complexity, and uncertainty. So typically, the learning outcomes in this competence area focus on selecting and integrating principles and theories from different areas of technical competence to manage and lead projects and work and assignments, and to make recommendations appropriately to stakeholders' needs, integrate the technical competence and professional skills to manage and lead project and work assignment, making the judgments on appropriate courses of actions, drawing on professional values, ethics, and attitude. The next being assessing, researching, and resolving complex problems with limited supervision, anticipating, consulting appropriately, and developing solutions to complex problems and issues, and consistently presenting and explaining relevant information in a persuasive manner to a wide range of stakeholders. So this is expected at the advanced level of proficiency. Now, based on the roundtable discussion held in December 2020 for this report, the following general skills and other skill sets have been identified, as you can see here. So the general and other skills identified above are generally aligned with our MIA competency framework, as shown earlier, and the International Accounting Education Standards Board framework, as well as the skills of 2025 as highlighted by the World Economic Forum. All right. Now let's go into another area of the report, which is on the emerging technologies for accounting programs. So Malaysia launched its digital economy blueprint in early 2021, aiming to boost the digital economy contribution to 22.6% of the gross domestic product and attract over 70 billion in investments. So the rise of the digital economy, coupled with the pandemic of COVID-19, has accelerated the adoption of technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, data science, blockchain, and cybersecurity across various industries, which includes accounting. So in the accounting sector, technology is helping to reduce time spent on data collection and processing. So millennials are actually driving these changes by challenging the traditional firm structures, while niche accounting firms are emerging. So traditional accounting firms right now are facing increasing competition and may struggle to survive in the next decade without adopting technology. So the business models of the 1980s or the 1990s are no longer viable in today's fast-paced digital landscape. So AI, data analytics, and cybersecurity are being integrated into accounting software and platforms at a growing rate. So AI in particular is starting to play a role in decision making by analyzing financial and accounting records. So based on these various discussions by the working groups, the survey, and the roundtable discussion, the emerging technologies that were identified as crucial to be included in the accounting curriculum are AI, blockchain, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and the last one, data science or data analytics. So we'll go through it one by one, starting with the artificial intelligence. So, what is AI? So, IBM mentioned that at its simplest form, AI is a field that combines computer science and robust data sets to enable problem solving. In simpler words, AI is actually a prediction tool. It uses information that you do have to generate information that you do not have. All right. So one of the example is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT uses AI, specifically a type of AI called generative pre-trained transformer, GPT, which combines few technologies together to deliver context-aware and human-like responses. So ChatGPT was introduced in November 2022 by OpenAI. So since its launch, it has actually grown rapidly in popularity. As of November 2024, ChatGPT has approximately 200 million active users worldwide, with significant engagement across its web and also mobile platforms. So the ChatGPT app alone has been downloaded over 100 million times, further illustrating its widespread adoption of AI. So I myself is a frequent user of ChatGPT. So apart from opening the usual WhatsApp web, Telegram web in the morning, ChatGPT is also a part of the must open website when I am working every day. So this technology, in fact, has helped me a lot in my daily work. Yeah. So these are just a few examples of how AI is integrated into real life. And we actually may not always realize that we are interacting with AI in our daily activities. From voice assistants such as Siri and Alexa, helping us set reminders or control smart devices, to personalized recommendations on streaming platforms like Netflix or Spotify, AI is seamlessly woven into our routines. So it powers tools such as Google Maps for navigation, chatbots for customer support, and also fraud detection in online banking. So whether we are aware of it or not, AI actually plays a significant role in enhancing convenience, efficiency, and also decision making in our everyday life. So one of the example I would like to share here is on TikTok. So have you ever wondered how the videos in your For You page, the FYP page of TikTok, is very interesting, which makes you spend hours and hours of scrolling on the app before sleep? So TikTok actually uses AI-based recommendation algorithm to drive its user engagement. So they do not require the user to declare their interest. Users have the option to declare, but even if they do not, the users will find the app quickly starts recommending the right videos within a short time after they start using it. So this makes the TikTok experience seems addictive and also magical to its user. So TikTok's AI tracks each and every behavior as users watch the recommended videos. So if you watch a lot of videos or live selling baju or tudung on TikTok, then a lot of videos on your FYP page will be on that. So with the information in the app tracks, it maps out the user's personality, highlighting your emotions such as sadness, happiness, and apprehension, and other interests, and also hobbies. Yeah. So these are some of the branches of AI. AI, you can think of it as the main subject, and then it has a few other subsets underneath it. So I'll just briefly explain one by one. So we have the first one, machine learning, which is the science of getting machines to interpret, process, and analyze data in order to solve world problems. The second one, this is the neural networks or the deep learning, which is the process of implementing the neural networks on high dimensional data to gain insights and form solutions. Deep learning is actually an advanced field of machine learning that can be used to solve more advanced problems. The next branch of AI we have is robotics, which focuses on different branches and application of robots. So AI robots are actually artificial agents acting in a real world environment to produce results by taking accountable actions. So next one, the expert system. So what is an expert system? It is actually an AI-based computer system that learns and reciprocates the decision-making ability of a human expert. The next one that we have is fuzzy logic. So fuzzy logic is actually a computing approach based on the principles of degrees of truth instead of the usual modern computer logic. So this is usually used in the medical fields to solve complex problems that involve decision making. They are also used in automatic gearboxes, vehicle environment control, and so on. And the next one is natural language processing, NLP, which refers to the science of drawing insights from natural human language in order to communicate with machines and grow businesses. So X, or formerly known as Twitter, uses NLP to filter out any sort of terroristic language in their tweets. So Amazon uses NLP to understand customer reviews and improve user experience. ChatGPT as well, they are using the NLP. All right. Okay. So moving on to the next slide, do we actually use AI in accounting? So if we refer back to this 2022 survey, majority of MIE members have not used or rarely used AI in the last 3 years. But be aware that this is from 2022. But when we ask on what are the technology services that your company is looking for, AI is ranked as fourth, which shows the importance of AI in these industries. So let's look at the strength of AI. So AI handles large data volumes. It can process huge amounts of data, structured and unstructured, much more than humans ever could. It can handle complex and changing patterns. AI can pick up weaker or more complex patterns in data than we can. Therefore, machines may be better in environments that we find less predictable. And the third one is consistency. AI can be far more consistent decision makers. They do not exhibit human characteristics and biases, and therefore provide opportunities to eliminate cognitive biases. So, utilizing the strengths of AI to generate high quality financial and non-financial information and analysis, accountants can focus on more valuable tasks such as decision making, problem solving, advising, strategy development, relationship building, as well as leadership. Let's take a look at how AI is being used in audit. So traditionally, the audit process has been a manual and time-consuming process that relied heavily on the auditor's judgment and also expertise. However, technology is transforming the audit process by introducing tools like AI and data analytics that can enhance the speed, accuracy, as well as the scope of audit activities. So how it helps is that AI can help auditors to develop more targeted audit plans, which can reduce the time and resources required for the audit. And in areas like risk assessment, fraud detection, and compliance monitoring, where large amount of data need to be analyzed quickly and accurately, AI and data analytics can be particularly useful. So the use of AI in audit can also provide auditors with greater insights into the operations of the organization being audited, enabling them to identify risk and make more informed decisions about the scope of the audit itself. Talking about AI in finance function, the role of accountants here are applying technical knowledge about accounting and finance to help businesses and stakeholders make better decisions and to capture, prepare, check, and communicate information to undertake analysis and to make a wide variety of decisions. So to support decision making and advice provided to the stakeholders, accountants would need high quality financial and non-financial information analysis. So how does AI contribute to this process? So the first one, increase efficiency by automating manual people-intensive finance processes, such as the order-to-cash cycle, helping to predict customer debts and improve working capital management. So AI basically streamlines the data entry and processing tasks by automating repetitive and time-consuming processes. So intelligent algorithms can extract and categorize financial data from various sources, minimizing manual errors and improving data accuracy. So this automation allows accountants to focus on more analytical and strategic activities, enhancing their productivity and also efficiency. So AI also helps in providing accurate, timely, and consistent data that is generated automatically, which can significantly benefit the finance teams by allowing them to make faster and better decisions. And the third point here being analyze internal financial control points and improve fraud detection can create a more robust reporting environment. So for example, a company that uses an AI system or software to check for unusual activities such as employee reportedly making small payments just below the approval limit. So the system will flag this as suspicious, helping the company to detect possible fraud early. So this makes the company's financial reports more accurate and trustworthy while improving the overall security. All right. Okay, talking about the second emerging technologies identified based on the report is blockchain. So blockchain technology is actually an advanced database mechanism that allows transparent information sharing within a business network. So basically a blockchain database stores data in blocks that are linked together in a chain. So that's why the name is blockchain. So the data is chronologically consistent because you cannot delete or modify the chain without consensus from the other networks. So as a result, you can use this blockchain technology to create an unalterable or immutable ledger for tracking orders, payments, accounts, and other transactions. So the system has these built-in mechanisms that prevent unauthorized transaction entries and actually create consistency in the shared view of these transactions. So in other words, it is a type of distributed ledger, distributed and digital ledger. So the name comes from the way of new information that is part of a block gets added to a chain. So various industries are actually using blockchain in their operation, such as healthcare, cryptocurrencies transactions, voting system, energy and utilities, and many others. So for example, banks and financial institutions use blockchain for cross-border payments, clearing and settlement processes, reducing the time and also the cost, all right? So how does it work in accounting? How does blockchain work in accounting? So blockchain in accounting, it relies on a network of computers called the nodes that validate and record transactions. So these transactions are grouped into blocks and linked together in a chain. So different types of blockchain can be used for various accounting purposes. So the types of blockchain that we have is public blockchain, which is open to anyone and highly transparent. Private blockchain, restricted access, often used within the organization, and consortium blockchain, which is shared among a group of trusted organizations. So what is actually the benefits of blockchain in accounting? So the first one is enhanced transparency. So blockchain, it ensures all parties have access to the same ledger, which reduce fraud risk. So the next point is on increased security. So blockchain is impossible to alter, duplicate, or forge, making it extremely difficult for unauthorized alterations. So a study by IBM actually found that blockchain can reduce data breaches by up to 80%. So the third benefit that we talk here is on efficiency gains. So transactions via blockchain are processed faster and with fewer errors, saving time as well as resources. So the World Economic Forum actually estimates that blockchain could save businesses annually with USD 365 billion by 2030. And the next benefit is on reduced costs. It eliminates intermediaries' help. Companies cut down their fees and expenses. And the last one is accurate auditing. So auditors can easily trace transactions using blockchain technology, leading to more accurate audits. So according to a survey by EY, the audit firm, 90% or 95% of respondents believe that blockchain will simplify the auditing process. All right. Now, going into the third emerging technologies, which is cybersecurity. So, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity refers to any technologies, practices, and policies for preventing cyber attacks or mitigating their impact. So, think of it, your computer, your phone, or your online accounts as your house. So cybersecurity is like locking the doors, setting up the alarms, and keeping the windows closed to stop bad guys or the hackers from breaking in. So it's all about protecting your digital stuff like personal data, passwords, and money from being stolen or misused. So cybersecurity aims to protect computer systems, applications, devices, data, financial assets, and also people against ransomware and other malware, phishing scams, data theft, and other cyber threats. So cybersecurity is all about keeping your digital world safe, just like you keep your home and your belongings secure. So without it, anyone could mess with your online life, right? So how does it actually relates to accountants? So accountants, as the gatekeeper and handlers of sensitive financial information, can play important roles in cybersecurity in their organizations. Either they are at the board level, C-suite level, or as a chief financial officer at any level or at any level. Yeah. So role of accountants at board level here are, number one, strategically align cybersecurity issues with business strategy to support organizational objective and ensure that operational plan includes and considers cyber risk. So the accountants at the board level also needs to ensure that business initiative include consideration of cybersecurity issues. So the board should recognize the damaging effect of cyber attacks on financials and reputation. So the next one is ensuring that the investment in cybersecurity is addressing the potential risks and a robust cybersecurity system and processes are in place. So cybersecurity investment is shifting from merely a capital expenditure to an expense base, such as annual subscription. So number 4, they would need to allocate appropriate budget to the staff involved in enhancing and implementing the cybersecurity plan. Number 5, establish and cultivate a cybersecurity awareness in the organization's daily operation and treat cybersecurity as a non-negotiable requirement of operating the business. Number 6, on performance measurement, oversee the performance of cybersecurity initiative and ensure that the set objectives have been achieved. And last but not least, for the board level, business continuity management, which they would need to ensure that business continuity by initiating a preventive strategy to manage the potential cyber threats that may disrupt business operation. So accountants at the C-suite level, on the other hand, has a role to ensure that cybersecurity policy and objective are established and compatible with the strategic direction of the organization. Number 2, ensure integration of the requirements of cybersecurity management system into the organization's processes. Number 3, ensure the resources needed for the cybersecurity management system are available. And number 4, make sure that the cybersecurity management system must achieve its intended outcomes and the risk of breach is mitigated. Number 5, obviously, you would need to ensure that direct and support employees to contribute to the effectiveness of the cybersecurity management system. And number 6, on continuous improvement process. So they would need to treat cybersecurity as continuous improvement process instead of as an end goal. So organizations shall continue to improve their existing cybersecurity level by continue to evaluate the emerging tools and technologies that they are using in their operations. So as for accountants working at any level in an organization, what are their roles? So they are responsible to understand cybersecurity policy and relevant controls, contribute to the effectiveness of the cybersecurity management system, adhere to the relevant policies and processes, ensure appropriate controls and processes are applied in utilizing technologies, and make sure that the equipment provided by the company is secured and locked, keep a clear desk and screen, and report incidents that impact cybersecurity of an organization. Yeah. So basically, accountants do play a role in combating cybersecurity in their organization. All right. So going into the 4th emerging technologies is the cloud computing. So imagine you have a computer with lots of storage space and power, but instead of keeping all your stuff, your photos, your documents, your apps on your own computer, you store it on someone else's powerful computer, much more powerful computer. So this computer is connected to the internet and is called as a cloud. So you can access your stuff anytime, from anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. So some common example of cloud computing is Google Drive or the Dropbox. So another popular example would be that when you watch movies on streaming platforms such as Netflix, you are actually using cloud computing because Netflix stores all its content in the cloud, and when you press play, it streams the video directly from their servers, which is the cloud computers. So why cloud computing? So cloud computing offers lower price, low cost. So the cost of cloud computing is lower than the cost of an on-premise software. So this is because you only pay for what you actually use instead of paying for the whole software package. Another benefit is that there are no upfront costs. So if you don't end up using all of the features, you don't need to worry about wasting money too. So the next bit is on improved efficiency. So if companies want to add new employees or increase their workloads without stressing over the acquisition of additional hardware or software licenses, cloud computing would be a good option. So this flexibility can help businesses grow faster and also more efficiently than they would if they were constrained by traditional IT infrastructure and licensing models. So for example, if a company needs more storage space but does not yet have the budget for an upgrade, it can simply add additional storage capacity by using the cloud instead of purchasing an expensive new server. All right. So number 3 on the benefit is the ease of access to data. So cloud computing allows users to access their data anytime, anywhere. So you can also access this data from multiple different devices such as mobile phones or tablets. So this makes it easier to work remotely without having to worry about losing connection. All right. So next bit is on greater data security. So backup and recovery systems on cloud computing provide greater data security. So the automatic backups give you access to all your work files, even if something adverse happens to your hard drive. So there are also multiple levels of encryption that occur within the system. So if a potential hacker was theoretically able to pass one level of encryption, there would still be another level protecting your data in the cloud computing. All right. So how do we use cloud computing in accounting? So in the 2022 survey, MRA members actually ranked cloud applications as the top technology service their companies are seeking. So in what ways do accountants actually use cloud computing? So the first one being access and update financial data in real time. The second one is the usage of cloud-based accounting software or tools for bookkeeping and reporting. The third, sharing of documents and collaborate with clients or teams remotely. You can easily share all the financial data that you have over cloud. And the fourth one, the storing of financial records securely without the need for physical servers. And next one, easily scale services to meet the needs of growing businesses. So one of the benefits of cloud computing is the scalability, which is easily scalable. All right. And the next one is on leveraging the cloud-based tools for advanced financial analysis and forecasting, you couple with other technologies such as data analytics. All right. So we are at the last part of the emerging technologies identified in the report, which is on data science or data analytics. So what is it actually? So data science, the definition here is area of expertise that combines many disciplines such as mathematics, computer science, software engineering, and statistics. So it focuses on data collection and management of large-scale structured and unstructured data for various academic and business applications. For data analytics, it's the act of examining data sets to extract value and find answers to specific questions. So basically, data science involves looking at a lot of data, like numbers, information, or even text to find the patterns, to make the predictions, and solve complex problems. So a data scientist uses special tools and math to help make sense of all this information, often to answer big questions or make smart decisions. Now, data analytics, on the other hand, is more like looking at a specific part of data and analyzing it carefully to understand what is happening. So it is about taking data, cleaning it up, and figuring out what the data is telling you right now. So, in simpler words, data science is the big picture thinking and problem solving with complex tools, while data analytics is like investigating the details of what is already happening. All right. So I'm going to share with you this data science life cycle. So the first one, business understanding, where you need to define the problem and ask key questions to ensure decisions are based on solid data, like predicting the sales or identifying customer groups. The second being data mining, gather the needed data from various sources, whether databases, web scraping, or app tracking tools. The third is data cleaning. Fix errors, inconsistencies, and missing values in the data to prepare it for analysis. And the next one is data exploration. The fourth one, analyze patterns and trends in the data using graph or visualizations to form hypotheses. And the fifth step in the life cycle is feature engineering. So this is the part where you create or select the most useful data features to improve the model accuracy, such as combining or simplifying the variables. The next one is predictive modeling. Train machine learning models to make predictions and evaluate their performance using metrics like accuracy or error rates. And 7, data visualization. So present insights through clear, engaging visuals to help stakeholders understand the results. And back again at this first step, business understanding, which is the review process, where you would need to check if the model solved the original problem and use new insights to improve the future cycles using the data science, all right? Okay, so here are some of the real-life examples of data science and data analytics in action. So for data science, for example, they are assisting in predicting customer behavior. So e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Shopee uses machine learning models, which is a part of data science as well, to recommend products based on past customer purchases, searches, and also your clicks. So example is if a customer buys a phone, the data science algorithm suggests related products like phone cases or chargers or earphones and so on. So another example I would like to give is on healthcare, the healthcare diagnostics. So hospitals uses these data science to actually analyze medical imaging, something like X-rays, to detect diseases such as cancer or other diseases with high accuracy. So for example, Google's DeepMind developed an AI system that predicts kidney injury in patients 48 hours before it happens, giving doctors time to intervene. So that is an interesting use of technology in healthcare. And in terms of financial fraud in the finance industry, how it is being used? It is being used to analyze transaction patterns and also flag unusual activity, helping to detect and prevent fraud. So for example, a credit card company who notices multiple large transactions in a short time uses this technology to send an alert to the card holder itself. All right. So how does these technologies, the data science and data analytics, help in the accountancy profession? So it actually provides insights from organizational data. It predicts outcome and automates unstructured tasks. It enhances efficiency and productivity in businesses, and it enables accountants to offer value-added services to clients, integrates data from various functions like inventory, marketing, and customer behavior for informed decision making. And it also improves audit quality using the data analytics. So all the technologies that were mentioned earlier, AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and data science or data analytics were among the technologies that is being used in the profession. So after getting to know the technology adoption landscape within the accountancy profession in Malaysia, the market outlook and key trends, and what MIA is advocating in terms of digital transformation, I would like to take a minute and pose a question to all the teachers present here. You can use the chat box located at the right-hand side of the platform to provide us with your responses. You can click chat to everyone or to host and panelists, up to you. So the question I would like to pose is, as academicians, how would you promote the accountancy profession to your students? We would like to hear your thoughts on this, so you can use the chatbot function to respond to this question. Perhaps we can give a minute or two for the responses to start coming in. Okay, we have
Yes,
one
Diyana.
response, which state that kerjaya dalam perakaunan sangat luas dan masih diperlukan oleh negara. Tiada istilah kerjaya akaun terhapus disebabkan teknologi atau AI. Itu antara cara saya promosi kerjaya perakaunan di peringkat sekolah. Thank you to Zoom user for your response. That is great to hear, and that is also really true. And we truly appreciate your efforts in encouraging students to pursue a career in accounting. So this profession offers so many exciting opportunities, especially with the ongoing digital transformation as well. So we hope that students continue to be inspired to follow this path as the field evolves and opens up new ways to add value to business and also to society. So we hope you, the teachers, do keep on encouraging the students to take on this path. Yeah. So basically to wrap things up, the accounting profession is undergoing a significant transformation due to digital technologies. So from the use of AI and cloud computing to enhance data analytics, these innovations are reshaping how accountants work, improving efficiency, and also enabling more strategic decision making. So as digital tools continue to evolve, it is essential for future accounting professionals to embrace these changes, stay updated on how these new technologies are, and leverage them to provide greater value. So the future of accounting will be driven by the ability to adapt and harness the power of digital transformation to stay competitive and also relevant. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, just for your information in the chat box, there are a few feedbacks from the teachers right now,
All right.
following on your question.
Okay.
You would like to
Uh,
address all the comments?
Yes, sure. Very interesting. Ramai yang mengatakan bila adanya AI, maka kerjaya akaun semakin berkurang. Saya bangkang kenyataan itu. Kenyataan ini akan menyebabkan pelajar makin tidak berminat untuk teruskan kerjaya perakaunan. Betul. Sebenarnya AI tidak akan menyebabkan kerjaya akaun makin berkurang. It only changes how accountants will work in the future. Tapi dia tak akan menyebabkan kerjaya account tu semakin berkurang. So, other responses here. Let's see. I love to share this space. Without accountancy knowledge, the world mean is nothing. Great, great. That's great to hear. Explain prospects as an accountant. Okay. All right. Great. Oh, a lot is coming in. Tell them about the salary of accountant. Yes. That's good to know. AI can't replace professional skeptical accountant. Correct. All right. Okay, I think with that, Daya, I have come to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.